I do like the Jimmy Butler, Paul George kind of thing. I think both of those guys were probably more solid handlers, but granted, Jimmy was a little older. Both of them were a little older when the time they got in. My tweak of the guide would be I'm leaning away from the Sean Marions, even though I do think he has some of those qualities, and the Kirilinkos. I think he's just probably more in the Pippen Tatum. I'm sticking with that, honestly. I think in the Pippen, which we're it's different names for the same thing, honestly. I think when we're talking about just big forwards who can kind of do things.
Yeah, the Pippen one is interesting too, because I thought about that as well. I almost wonder if Pippen was allowed to have like the baseball Jordan year from the start, if we would get something closer. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I tack something on? To be fair, I think people, when they think about Pippen, they think about perpetual number two. I think his specific context is such a unique one in history where in any other multiverse, Scottie Pippen would have been a number one on a really good team. He was the number two on a team that won 6 titles out of 10. So when you say that he's a Scottie Pippen, I think people take that as a slight sometimes, but it's just like every other iteration, he's playing next to arguably the GOAT. And then, like you were saying, Justin, and I'll get off the stage here, when that year where Jordan didn't play, Pippen almost won the fucking MVP. So I just wanted to qualify that is not an insult to Cooper Flagg at all. Like, if he becomes peak Scottie Pippen, that is a hell of a basketball player.
Yeah, and I think that's ultimately where the conversation kind of nets out is he's not just good, but like how good are we talking about? Are we talking like future top 10? Like if we were to completely reshuffle the league, how quickly, if you're to do basically trade value, like how quickly are you taking Cooper? It's like probably Wemby at 1. I guess Shea, considering that he's still young enough. But then contract comes into play there. Like, are we getting to Cooper in like the 3 to 4 range, or Rob, like when does Cooper start to factor in terms of like just actual guys you want to start a franchise with?
I think you would get there pretty quickly. I have my doubts that Cooper Flagg will ever be one of the 3 best players in the NBA, but I feel incredibly confident he will inevitably be in that like 7 to 10 range. And it could happen really, really quickly for him. And so that's where like an Ant Edwards is still going to go before him just based on the upside alone. Obviously, Wemby is in that category. You would think a healthy Jason Tatum would go ahead of him. Probably Tyrese Halliburton still, I would think, based on age. And then you get into, Cade or Brunson or those kinds of conversations. But I just think Cooper could very quickly become the kind of player who, you don't remodel your entire franchise around because his game is so flexible. And that will always be something that makes him a little more understated, but he's just going to be so valuable to winning teams for a really long time.